I'm gonna get right into it, y'all. This is gonna be a video about what my content strategy for 2026 is going to be and how I plan on growing 3 social media platforms. So like 2 Instagram accounts. I have a personal Instagram account. I have a professional photography / videography. Every photographer has to be a videographer now. So like, even though I started off at 15, 16 years old making videos, I transitioned to becoming a professional photographer when I was 22 years old. But I've had a camera in my hand since I was, a little boy, 11, 12 years old. My grandfather had a film SLR. So this is pre-DSLR, a film SLR. And he taught me how to take photos when I was literally 11 years old. So I've always had a camera in my hand, but I started making videos, like funny MySpace videos, when I was like a senior year in high school. So I'm 15, 16 at this time. And then maybe a couple years after that, I started making music, and then I started taking photos. Long story short, I've had a camera in my hand the whole time, but I focused solely on photography for the first probably 10 to 12 years of my photography career. And due to social media, Instagram, TikTok, and everything being so less photo-centric and more video-centric, I now have low-key become a videographer. I've always known how to shoot video. I've always been able to shoot like a dope cinematic scene if I needed to. I just always hated editing videos, so I never really offered that as a service. But now I offer it as a service because I feel like I have to offer it as a service. And I've gotten better at it the past 2 years because social media is forcing me to post reels. So now I'm more and more inclined into video. I have a personal IG, a professional IG for photo and video, and I have a personal TikTok account, right? So this is gonna be like my posting cadence and my plan for 2026. I wanna post every single day on TikTok. That's easy to do. You can ramble off about anything regarding business, family, personal life, whatever. You can easily post 1 to 3 videos a day on TikTok, 1 to 2 minutes a piece, easy peasy, throw it up. It doesn't even matter, and it will likely go viral. Like, I've seen the most growth in the past year on my TikTok, just posting 1 to 2 times a day. And there were spurts in there where I didn't even post like a month, and I'll just come back, and then after 3 days of posting 1 to 3 times a day, we back moving, and the followers are coming in. I'm making a couple $100 a month right now on TikTok, $200 to $300 on average, based on what I'm doing right now. And then I post that same stuff on my IG, which goes to my Facebook, and I make about $50 to $75 a month on Facebook right now through IG posting, right? And my cadence for TikTok is 1 to 3 videos a day. My cadence for my personal Instagram is every other day. And my cadence for my professional photography page is every other day as well. I ideally want to get to a point where I'm creating content on my photo page every single day, because that's truly what I want to grow. I am a photographer. I am a professional photographer, and I've made multiple 6 figures for the past 4 to 5 years in my business, but it seems to have been stagnant. It's like I make the same amount of money within like $10,000 to $15,000 of each other for the past 4 or 5 years. And I'm not complaining. I make a great living. I make more as a photographer than I've ever made at any job I've ever had, and probably more money than I ever would have made if I stayed in corporate and decided to move up the corporate ladder. So I'm definitely grateful. But when you do something for so long, and this is year 14 for me, and you make the same income for 4 or 5 years straight, sometimes it feels like you're going out of business, or your stagnation makes you feel like, one slip up and it can all be over. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly in an effort to figure out how I can grow. And I know it's going to be through social media. Now, I'll make a separate video about growing a website and things of that nature, because I have a website, professional website, all my pricing, all of my FAQ pages on there. All of those details are on there. But right now I'm focused on how can I grow my following on social media, just so that I can have more eyes on my business and my content that can translate into people seeing my personality, see the type of person I am, want to book me for their wedding, want to book me for their corporate headshots, want me in the building, and they can see the type of person I am. So not just base me on my work and my photography. And let's be honest, if you're only posting photos, it's becoming harder and harder to get eyes and exposure on a photography business if you're only posting photos in a photo carousel. It just is what it is. I remember I used to get, 1,500 to 2,000 likes on a photo carousel. Now, if I post a photo carousel, I might get 120 likes. You know what I mean? And a good post now is 300 to 400. And back in the day, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 on a photo carousel, 4 to 6 photos. Now, you're only seeing those numbers if you post photos in a real format. So I'm gonna be totally honest. My goal is to grow my photography business, but I'm not so gung-ho on growing it one specific way anymore. Like, there was a point in time where it was like, we all went through this phase as creatives and photographers. Like, you're so stuck on posting photos and curating your feed and wanting your feed to look a certain way that it stopped us from posting more organic and personality-based type of content that would have gotten us more bookings, especially in the past 2 years, because they've switched the whole entire algorithm around. My real opinion is, like, ditch your feed. Ditch trying to make it look so perfect. Yeah, you can do that. It could be beautiful and perfect. I think that should be more so pushed towards websites and portfolios now than your Instagram feed, than your TikTok feed, because honestly, the eyes are not gonna come because your photos are beautiful. And I tell a lot of new photographers this tidbit of information as well. So many new photographers and even seasoned photographers, 8 years in, 10 years in, we spend so much time trying to figure out how we can edit better, how to soften skin better, how to remove that pimple, how to reshape a body, what new lens came out, what new camera came out, what new gear can I get, what new lighting equipment can I get. I know photographers, and I used to be guilty of this as well, would spend 8 to 10 hours a day just editing. And it's like, yeah, that's productive. It can feel like you've had a busy day. But if I'm being honest, spending 8 to 10 hours a day editing isn't gonna move your business forward any. It's not gonna make you more money. It's stuff that you have to do because you have to deliver what you sold to a client. But editing 8 hours a day and spending none of that time working on marketing and exposure to your business so that you can get continued business is not gonna move your business forward. It just is what it is. I tell people now, if you're gonna spend 8 hours editing, spend 1 to 2 hours game planning and doing something that's actually tangible that will move your business forward in the marketing realm. A lot of us are great photographers. A lot of us have all the gear that we need. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't bought a new camera in years. I still shoot on the Canon R5. I have 2 Canon R5s and I have a Canon R6 Mark II. And that was the latest camera that I bought. Actually, I might have bought that one a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, because I think the 3 is out now. But I don't plan on buying any new lenses. I don't plan on buying new lighting equipment. I don't plan on buying any new cameras. I don't need it. The cameras that I currently own can do everything that I need to do in my business. Me spending another $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a couple lenses or a camera right now is just gonna make me feel better and get me excited to wanna shoot more, but it's not gonna make me better. It's not gonna do anything better for me than I've been a photographer so long. It's the differences in what I'll be able to do on a new $4,000 to $5,000 camera are this small, and they're not gonna translate into me making more money. It's just gonna translate into maybe something being slightly easier, but it's not gonna get you more business. So if I'm being honest right now, my goal as a photographer is to figure out, when I have a photo shoot, when I have a wedding, when I have anything going on that is creative, how can I get the most content out of what I'm already doing? I recently was hired last week to do my son's my son's in high school. He's in 9th grade and he made the basketball team. So he's on the freshman and JV team. And I was hired from his coaches to take pictures for the yearbook for the team. So I took the freshman team, the JV team, and the varsity team's photos. And instead of just going there, taking the pictures, getting booked once and moving on and delivering the photos, I was thinking, okay, how can I share these photos? Okay, I can post the photos in a carousel. So that's one post. I can bring my 360 camera, get behind the scenes of me shooting these photos, right? So that's another post. So one post is just straight up photos, which we already said probably won't do too well on Instagram. The next post, I can do like a voiceover and talk about my experience of shooting the basketball team and insert some photos into the reel as well. That's another post. A third post could be content or video of me editing the photos that I took. So you get 3 posts out of that one interaction instead of back in the day, 2-3 years ago, that was just one post. If you posted it at all, because sometimes we feel like, oh, this isn't, like, I'm a wedding and portrait photographer. So typically, if I made $400, $500, $600 from shooting a basketball team, that probably wouldn't be something that would ever make my timeline. And this is another thing, is we have to get away from feeling like everything has to be super curated and make the feed look a certain way. Like, I would never 3-4 years ago take pictures of a basketball team and post those photos as something on my feed, because it would feel like it didn't fit. When all of my other work is portrait work and wedding work, a high school basketball team it just wouldn't fit. But now I'm releasing myself from feeling like everything has to be so perfect and in line that I'll post a carousel of the basketball team. I'll post content of me shooting the basketball team because it all plays into my personality, what I have going on, and what I'm available to do for others. And that's how you're gonna grow your business. So my challenge for myself and for anybody who's watching this right now is to release yourself from feeling like everything has to be so perfect. Do the odd stuff, post it. You just never know what'll come from it. And never feel like you have to stay in this particular bubble, and think marketing first as a photographer, videographer. That's all I got for today. Until next time.